All right, everyone. We are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Joel, your chief host of the show, and joining me, as always, is none other than my co-host, Noble.
Good morning, and there's nothing like waking up to the screams of the day.
I know you're just basically like, if it
No,
comes
no,
with
no, that
flailing your
comes from
arms around.
upstairs.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Oh, so you have someone locked up in your attic? Or what do you
No,
mean
no,
screams?
the unit above mine have a habit of screaming. It's a regular thing.
Ah,
Oh, Jesus
okay, I
Christ.
see. Oh, that's comforting. Sometimes people
Dysfunctional
wake up to the
adults.
screams of roosters. What was that?
I wish.
ah,
That
yeah.
tends to be more pleasant on the ears.
Oh, I bet.
Okay, joining us today, we also have Avira.
Candy corn duggo.
Ah. Yeah, hi guys. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Sorry I missed last week's episode, but I'm all well and fine and groovy now, so yeah, I'm good. Oh God, when Jolt sent me the topics for this week, I was let's just say I'm very interested in what we're going to be talking about. So it's going to be bonkers.
It is going to be a very wild show for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Aside
do
from
that.
that, though, something that I have been working on are my plants. So as you guys know, that I do like doing gardening every year, and my flowers,
Ooh.
they grow into vines, and they started to climb up on like things. I have to replant them like soon because they're growing very very quickly. But yeah, they're going to be cool. They're the morning glories. They're going to be like purple and blue. So hope they turn out well. I'll send pictures like in the Raiders chat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I'm working on.
That's good. Okay. Now, next person joining us on the show today, we have Gil.
Hey. How's it going, everyone? Although one bit of a fair warning too is I've read all the contents for today's podcast, and I felt a strong urge to drink. So hey, I mean, just a heads up as well too. So you might be craving one at the end of this.
Well,
So
maybe you won't be craving so much a drink. There's like other things that you will be craving, like the good book.
oh Jesus Christ,
Yes,
Just
Holy
make sure
Bible.
if you are
Exactly.
going to
Jesus
drink,
Christ.
take small sips.
One shot and
yeah,
that's it. Or
Moderation.
one bottle of beer and that's it.
and probably have
There
a good
is no
relationship,
drinking contest. It's just
and also
Okay,
have a
if
good
you
relationship
claim to
with God
drink, how's
too.
that?
All right. So to start with the wild things of today's show. Well, if you've ever thought about, what you're going to be enclosed in after you die, well, look no further. There might be a solution for you, depending on what you liked in life. Here we go.
Oh my God,
So,
Mario
Mario themed.
themed coffin sold in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
A
I
fucking
wonder if
Mario
this.
themed coffin.
Now, here's the question I have to ask: is this something that can be imported to other countries?
Oh, you bet.
Oh, if
You
it's a
fucking bet.
business that does this with artists, of course it could be. I think we've all seen stuff like this before. Like when celebrities have like weird tombs dedicated to themselves. I forgot what the actor's name was, but their tombstone is basically like a pyramid. It's like a weird mausoleum. So a lot of people can do this. Like there's legit businesses that do make kind of goofy. God, I don't want to say goofy. That sounds disrespectful. Uh, I mean like uh, alternate types of custom made tombstones for someone. Let's say if you're like a really big comic fan and you wanted your like tombstone to be like in the shape of Superman or something, like or like the Batman symbol. They could do that if you want to. Like there's some weird stuff out there, but again, not being disrespectful or anything. But this is interesting. But when it comes to a coffin, Did Nintendo sponsor this, or like how are they involved, or are they involved? Because this might
Licensing.
be a legal thing. Yeah, right. Like, is Nintendo about this, or like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
Right,
the thing
because
is,
I don't know. Like, here's the thing.
mm,
Yeah.
the thing is that the Nintendo, they're known nowadays to be very uptight about their IPs and whatnot too. So remember the good old ROM websites? Well, guess what? That's a glaring example.
Yeah, but this is a bit of a different thing
Hmm.
because it's these are actually
Yeah.
big contents, and I'm not even fully
I
sure
wonder.
yet, having read this, if it's actually, licensed by Nintendo, because who would want to
Yeah, because
license such a
there's
thing as morbid as this?
well, there's a
Look,
lot of money to be made in this, you know.
so
Oh, you
Hmm?
bet.
Avira brings up a good point. But the other thing is, we already know how Disney feels about, graves and the stuff they own. They're a no-no.
They own.
This is a
Oh, they
Japanese
literally
company,
dance on the grave.
and I do question whether or not they may end up doing this officially.
Right.
I
Again, like
mean,
if they wish
it's
to license this sort of thing, or if you can buy a coffin from an oddball, from a more accessible store such as Costco, which I have seen.
Well, okay, maybe, but you know what I'm thinking of? What about like Disney fans, like crazy, like in Disney fans? Have there been like gravestones or mausoleums maybe that have been built in using characters or like or something related to that? Because I feel like that's kind of happened
well,
before, right? Like it has to have happened.
well, Evira, you should know
Maybe.
that Disney's been around for long enough to say yes.
I mean, it's a hypothetical, but like for something like this, like for a gaming company, like that's pretty interesting. I wonder if this is just like a radical story of some like un- a very unfortunate circumstance where someone was just trying to honor their death the best way possible to do this. I guess I don't know if Nintendo is actually behind it or if they
Actually,
just put it.
here's a thing that I've just found from from an
Hmm.
accompanying side article. I mean, yes, it says funerals based on the person's favorite franchise aren't uncommon, or whatever, like whatever you were
Mhm.
into, whatever you liked to, it was your, it's what you would have wanted. But it seems to be it's a thing that by a Brazilian business that seems to have done something that's unofficial, and yet it's very custom made.
Hmm.
You
And the,
know, if the family's happy with it, if they like it, I mean, that's okay. You know, I guess everybody wins.
yeah,
It's not all that weird to do something. I've never really thought about buying a coffin before. Sorry, what was that, Gil?
I mean, the thing is also that because the geolocated position of Brazil. I mean, I would say that shipping towards place like Australia, New Zealand would be easier too. Up the U.S. shouldn't be too much of a problem too.
Right, right. First you send the thing to Buenos Aires, and then you send it us my way.
Yeah. You never know how the trail goes, right?
Or, again, Los Angeles, and then you send it my way. But those are the two most common pathways to get for us to get things from the Americas, either, LA or
Probably,
BA.
yeah, probably
Either
something like
way,
that. Mm.
to get back into this thing, I guess this is how they've really marketed it, though. Like when it's game over for you, would you want to be buried in this?
Game over. When it's game over, isn't it? Oh boy.
Game over, man. Game over.
I remember that scene.
It would be absolutely funny if you turn around and put that on someone's coffin when they're someone's tombstone if they're buried in that.
I mean, you do that as a joke. As a joke, you might be now and then you'd be worried if in the afterlife you'll be catching a couple of hands.
Right. Okay, live comment here first. I've just got two from Boombox. That coffin better come with a lot of gold coins.
Fucking better.
Oh, and a lot of
Yeah,
other
right.
and a lot of
Like
stuff
all
that
before
Mario
your
seemed.
death.
Yeah. All the stuff that Mario
Or
seemed to like to collect and all of that.
yeah,
Oh,
that's right. Oh my god, like solid gold, like barbell sized, like weights, of just and that and giant mushrooms that make you super. Yeah, that'd be groovy.
hmm yeah.
So this is something that people really don't think about. Like
Hold up.
how they
How
want to be
much?
buried.
Right. So
Wait,
they
yeah, oh yeah,
start.
that's a
Really
good question.
now?
How much is it?
Right. They
Yeah,
start
Look,
at like
look.
how much?
1,200 Brazilian reais, around $230, and more elaborate ones can cost
Hmm.
twice as much.
But
$230? No, I don't think that's right. Like for that custom built cost coffin?
buddy, you also gotta be paying for shipping as well too. So, and of course, the taxation by paperwork, known as taxes. Yeah, the price tends to go a little higher up.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
I'm honestly surprised something like this didn't come out sooner.
Well, I think that
Yeah, same. It's weird.
I wouldn't be surprised if some people would want to be buried in a Ford F-150.
Give it a couple of
I'm sure,
years,
I'm
and you'll
sure it's
probably
happened.
start seeing coffins of cartoon themes.
Oh, Jesus Christ! What else would you
more
expect,
often, cartoon,
guy?
coffins made out of anime characters and all of that.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
The weebs are gonna
I-
come off their rocker.
I was about to make the joke that hey, maybe someone's gonna be buried in a Hazbin Hotel coffin. No, they're gonna be buried in like what? A Vegeta coffin.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's what I was
I'm
saying. Like some of these things already exist. Like they do.
Hey.
There's elaborate
Fucking
tombs
hell.
out there, man.
hey,
They
I'm just
exist.
throwing out the
They
possibilities
fucking
here,
exist. Oh my
because
fucking god!
because apparently tailored funerals are very much a thing. It's maybe it's sometimes it's the will of the deceased person, and the family and all that honor it.
Well, fair enough.
Whatever it may be, I suppose it is what it is.
The thing is
Boy,
also,
boy.
the thing is also because if you're gonna, have your last moments on Earth, I just hope the guy, like the paper pushers, have a bit of decency to respect, the dying person's wishes. Because hey, you want to have your funeral, your coffin, whatever, a certain way, and say no, you can't. I'm waiting for you in the next life, bitch.
Yeah, the Egyptians really took this seriously too. Like they had a whole scroll to like memorize and like bring with you in the afterlife if anything happened. Like you knew what to do, which gods to talk to, how to do it. It was
Yeah,
a whole
pretty
to
much.
do.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, if anything, I'd probably be drinking my ass off with Jesus.
Well, he did turn water into wine. I mean, it was a miracle.
There you go. That's who can get shit faced the most.
Yeah, you try that. But in that said, though, you're right about a couple of things here. The whole potential worry that we all have that two things. Custom coffins are not the issue at hand as long as they're built right, built properly. The other thing that's the big issue that we all want to know about is how fussy Nintendo is with the intellectual property rights.
No. We got to be worried whether or not they'll take on the plus size community.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh, that's a good point. Because a lot of the fan base, though. Oh my goodness, Noble, you bring up such a great point. Let's say if like one of your typical Reddit dev, like whatever they are,
Mods.
like your Discord servers, or
Reddit
your mods, whatever.
yeah.
Like, what if one of those guys, exactly? Like, what if that happened, and they want to be? Oh my goodness, that could be a
and
thing.
of course,
you'd be turning the bathtub duck.
You've got the original issue at hand that a plus size coffin won't, plus size person won't fit into a normal coffin that you would think. So plus custom made may be necessary. And
they would probably, they'll probably just dig a hole and cover your body with concrete, and there you go.
No, but then
But
again, you know,
but they want to be their favorite character though. You can't deny their.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. Well, maybe some companies would do that.
Oh, no doubt they
I
fucking would.
I I do wonder if like Nintendo has like the legal power to really go that far. If they heard about this, if it became like newsworthy and they could make money off it, then probably they would look into it. All right, like they could probably do something.
Yeah. Hey, Jolt, Boombox had another comment too. Wouldn't it mean that Nintendo would have to make pianos for boxes for
What?
don't
What'd
you
you
trying? I
say?
get what you're trying to say, and that's the whole. You know, you're recalling back to the whole scene where Bowser was playing that song in the Super Mario movie.
Mm.
I,
Mhm.
As if, we weren't already traumatized with all the Bowser fan art the International offer.
Right. Yeah, no. Let's not go there.
Yeah, I feel like a reasonably sized Bowser coffin would probably fit most obese humans. Yeah, if they made it like a standard size, like at least 5 feet in diameter, that could probably work.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
maybe.
a big ass Bowser coffin. Yeah, sure. For people that have that particular wish when they pass on, that could be.
That is also
Aside
a
from
very good
whatever else
point
this
too.
business
Yeah.
is, it's so niche. Like, how are they making money off this? Like, do they actually build quality coffins? Like, if so, then that's interesting.
Wouldn't be too surprised. Well, then again, that also mean that a lot of other companies would start looking to that kind of investment too.
Yeah, right. Because like, there's probably no regulations on this. Like, or like, are there coffin regulations? I think there are. Like, it has to be
Probably.
structurally sound, or like it can't, be able to collapse and the body oozes into the ground or something
Yeah,
like that.
as
Like,
long
you don't want
there's
that.
Well,
there's
side story.
There's
Hey
got to be
guys,
standards, like
yeah,
health standards.
yeah
side
they do
story,
have.
guys. Yeah, but side story. There was some graveyards I've seen that happened that popped up in the news that were not taken care of too. So much
Oh,
so that some animals were starting to make nests inside someone's casket, and nothing like a little rodent carrying around someone's jaw in open air.
right. Like they're not buried deep enough, or the coffins aren't like sturdy enough. Like they kind of leak and stuff like that happens. Yeah, like that could be a community health hazard. I can see that happening.
Right. But then
Yep.
again, that's why, they mentioned that in that thing, like as long as they're built to them, that's with that those sorts of regulations, then those custom
Right.
coffins are fine. So
Okay. I mean, then in that case, hey, go for it. That's
yeah,
kind of cool.
get you
You know?
that Mario coffin or whatever it is you want.
Yeah, right
Facts.
on, man.
Facts.
If that's how you want to go out, go for it. That sounds fun. And if the family's willing to pay for it, if you put that in your will, like I will die as Mario, then you will. Good sir. Yes, you will. Okay.
Okay, so what's Nintendo's take on this?
Yeah, did they
No
post
idea
anything?
yet. No, I have not yet seen anything about a comment from the Big N right now. Whether or not they
Huh.
they're issuing a seat, that's what their
Cease
standard
and desist.
procedure or whatnot. But I'm not even sure if they want to openly talk about such a thing and sell licensed coffins and so forth. It's
Well, because the thing
You're
is,
right. Like
pretty
that would
morbid.
be smart.
yeah, the
Yeah,
thing is, if
it's
go
pretty
on, my
morbid.
bad. Yes, because the thing is, when people finally pass away, they want to be done a certain way too, and
Mhm.
no paper, no pen and paper bullshit, is going to get too much in the way of it all too. As long as it makes it happen, it's a person's,
Just for
last
Right,
wish.
like
for
you see it
public
in the
image though,
you know.
like as the company, it would look weird. Like for this company to like publicly recognize that this other business is doing this, if they don't, because this is something that Disney would do. Like I think we all agree on that. If Disney saw people were making money off of like Disney themed coffins, they would attack the mortuary business. Like they totally would.
Oh,
And
you bet
Nintendo, I
they
don't think
fucking
has
would.
quite the resources to do that. So when they see them using their licensed characters, like their IPs, maybe it's best for them to not even like acknowledge it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Disney on the other hand, I think they would. They totally would.
Both.
Like if I was selling Mickey Mouse themed coffins, Disney would come after me, right? For sure.
Mm-hmm. But
Come
then
on.
again, no. But then again,
Nintendo, I don't know if they would do it though. They probably wouldn't. They just don't want to touch this.
they better fucking not. That's all I gotta say. Because if they do, well, they're gonna have a lot of pissed off people, pissed off fans waiting in the afterlife for them.
Yeah, the ones who were buried in their characters. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, next thing that we've got on the show. Well, here we go. This one's gonna basically be quite a wild trip. What the heck?
All right. What a what? Wait. Whoa. The first word already started off pretty good.
Yeah.
Trans actor Elliot. Oh, for fuck's sakes! Trans actor Elliot Page hopes her gay animal sex documentary. Oh, are you fucking
you can do
kidding
it.
me? Yeah.
All right.
Help her.
Let's read this
Children
headline
come out
properly,
of the
guys.
fucking closet.
Hold on. I think I've got
Okay.
can detach myself enough to actually say this. Trans actor Elliot Page hopes her gay animal sex documentary helps
Fucking
children
hell.
come out of the closet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I need a
So
drink now.
Yeah, there you go.
Now you see what I mean?
That's her idea.
Now you see what I mean.
I do. I understand. It's difficult. It's difficult to process.
Yeah.
So
I
first of all,
swear to
I just
God.
wanted to say, first red flag already. This is someone who like thinks she's a man and she's extremely depressed. So she's going through a lot.
So, but just
Clearly,
tell
there's
me.
something else going on. But
So-
she's using this as a She's narrating basically a documentary about homosexuality in animals, which is where she's pushing human ideology onto animals in nature and trying to equate the two.
No. She's
But it's all for
using.
children, though.
No, that's
Yeah.
you're kind of right, but not because the intent of this is to use the supposed abnormalities, quote unquote, I say supposed, in the animal kingdom, and then relate it to what they seen like from a human lens, and basically foist them onto children, saying, okay, this might have been of something that's of a different nature, but that's okay because you're not alone because animals do this sort of thing too, you know.
Yes, but
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, buddy. Only you explained it
Guys.
more detailed,
oh
precisely.
my fucking God.
It's
Hold
it's a
on.
yeah,
Hold on.
go.
Just hold on for a sec. Sorry. What group of people is it that turn around and kiss each other on the cheek?
White liberal women.
Italians.
Yeah, Italians. So I'm
What-
assuming that if you look at it the lens from a Western perspective, Italians would be gay.
Angel
no,
dust.
that's like a family thing. No, that's like a cultural
No,
like
no,
family
seriously.
thing, you know.
No,
You
seriously,
always go
Vera,
mwah, mwah
think
on
about
both
it.
cheeks. Yeah,
If you go full,
I'm Italian. I know.
Yeah, if you go full Western ideology bullshit, the only reason why one man would kiss another is because they're gay.
That's the standard, you know. Yeah, that's the bottom line. The standard.
Well, like
Imposed.
on the
Why?
lips. No, I thought you meant like on the cheeks and stuff, like between
Yes, the cheeks.
people who are not in relationships, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not gay. That's like a culture thing that they do in other countries.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
from
agreed.
the American Western perspective, the
I
only
guess,
reason to kiss another person is because they're gay.
Not to mention the fact too about like every kiss and every location on your face have different meanings. You know, like if you kiss
Well,
someone the
they're
next,
like
mean
in,
you want to
like-
fuck them.
Okay, but again with the mafia thing though, like they have you kiss their ring and stuff like that.
No,
Like,
not
that's
mafia.
actually a thing that they do. But that's Italian as well. But that's another. I don't know. Like, well, what are you talking about?
Well,
Hmm.
just to highlight the comment over here too, that TM Drake says he kisses dergies, his dragons. That's adorable.
Just so you understand, but if a female dog starts humping you, that's not sexual. That's dominance.
Yes, that's a very good point, Noble. Actually, I wanted to bring this up because what Jolt and I were mentioning earlier about how it was projecting human ideas of transgenderism and sexuality onto animals when there's no relation whatsoever because we're totally different species across multiple species across hundreds of millions of years of evolutionary differences. The thing is, when your dog humps the couch, that does not mean that your dog is couch sexual. Okay? That's not real. Stop it. Like, your dog is not a trans. That's not a thing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get where this is coming from. Because when I used to work at my old store, I was working with someone who was a trans. She believed she was a man. And a dog came into the store and I said, "Oh, what a good boy." And then she goes, "Well, it could be a boy or it could be a girl. We don't really
Shut
know
the
its
fuck up.
gender."
Shut
And
the
I'm
fuck up.
like, "Are you kidding me?" Right? I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Yo, look between the legs, bro. Like, what are you talking about?" Oh, she
Yeah,
got so upset.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
What do you mean? It's a dog. Dogs aren't trans. Like, shut up. Get out of here with that nonsense. Like, stop it. And
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
it's 2026, right? Like, aren't we over this crap already? God.
We should have been.
No, we're not. Look, see, the thing I find fascinating is that groups like this like to double down. It's like the idea that sewing is a feminine thing.
What?
The only reason it was pushed into the whole women's sort of side is because Isaac Singer wanted to sell sewing machines. That's it.
You guys make me want to drink. I'll tell you that much.
No, seriously, half the time you
cheers,
have to
buddy.
pull your head out of what you're thinking because if you go watch any YouTube video, YouTuber who handles like wild animals, there's one that handles crocodiles, and people are like, "Oh, look, you see that one's a pet." It's like,
Steve Irwin.
no, it just no, not Steve Irwin. This guy's got like this particular crocodile who he can safely like sit in the water neck deep, and the crocodile just come up and bump into his face. It's like, oh, see, it's friendly. It's like, no, it's not.
That is an apex predator.
Interact with me, yeah.
You're right to be cautious of it because there's been so many stories of this where animal whisperers, they're very, very close to their predator monsters, but they could snap. I mean, I love petting my pet tiger, and then he might just bite my neck and sever my arteries or something.
Oh, you know,
it happens.
There
My
was this
jugular.
dude in Africa who
Pit
handled
bulls.
hyenas, and he could tell when they didn't want to interact. And one time, he was, the guests really wanted it. The hyenas didn't, and the hyena bit him.
Dumbass.
Well, no, he wasn't a dumbass. The bite was more of a warning bite, and not a crush your arm.
Okay.
I got you. I mean, he knew what he was doing. I mean, obviously, he's done this for years, and he just like, all right, I get it. The warning bite. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, no, he still had to go to the hospital
tonight.
because
rabies.
Teeth are going to do damage. But
well, of course,
but
it's
like
a
he was
fucking
gonna
hyena.
continue to interact with them. Yeah, and then it wouldn't have gotten worse because he's not gonna interact with them. Like, of course.
Yeah, but
so
that's
back in the article. What else was there that we could take a stick and sort of stab through the comment because of the ridiculousness?
So okay.
So all this stuff is that what they're really hoping for is that this doco set is hoping that they're going to challenge the allegedly long-held myths about what is quote unquote natural.
Interesting.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Let's see.
Are you fucking
let's
kidding
see
me?
what else she says. What's natural? It says, quote, to have this real, thorough investigatory piece about the reality of this information. Oh, this is just word salad. Of the reality of what has been left out and what we've not been taught. Paige, who is a co-producer of the film, oh my god. I think it's a sense of growing up as a queer kid and
queer. As a queer kid.
Okay.
Feeling alone.
I can poke a stick in this, but majority of animal species don't think about sex every fucking day.
So, just
not
tell
like
me
humans
this.
do. It's different.
Yeah, Avira, tell me this. Did Ellie Page transition to Elliot Page just to be fucking gay? That's all there is to it. You
No,
went through all
I
that
think they
just to be
just have
fucking
some
gay. Is that
underlying
it?
problems. No, I don't want to get too deep into her story. Obviously, she had some underlying depression problems and thought changing her life would be better. But now she's doing
Really?
this whole documentary and stuff. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't really delve into like celebrity problems or issues or whatever, but clearly she had some stuff going on.
Yeah,
And
probably using your
taking
brain with it.
hormones to destroy yourself is not very productive. I would
Jesus
say.
fucking Christ Almighty!
But the fact she's going down like the animal route and like narrating this about like why does your dog hump? I'm sure it's a lot deeper than that. The thing is, there are very interesting parallels, but not like direct parallels between human sexuality. It's more projection than anything. For
Look,
example,
the
like
only animal.
clownfish, they will change their gender or sex basically because they're able to produce hormones that they couldn't normally produce. But that's a different species biology. There's no way that's even remotely related to humankind whatsoever. The fact that like a sponge is asexual, if you cut it up in pieces, it could regrow itself. Sure, that's an asexual species, but the sponge does not think that it's an asexual being. It's not. It's not a non-binary sponge. It's just a freaking sponge. Like, you know what
How
I
hard
mean?
can it fucking
Like, it
be,
gets
Okay,
right?
goofy. It gets
Vera,
so goofy to a point.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
the only time there is one species of animal that I'm aware of that actually does have sex for pleasure like humans do, and that's dolphins.
Oh my
Dolphins. I know what
God!
you mean.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
no,
no.
that's right. I did think
Oh
there was
my
something else,
God!
but yes, you're right about dolphins that do that, or whales too.
Dolphins, yeah, but just so you know, guys know, dolphins they may look cute and cuddly, but they are actually one of the most fucked up sea life you'll ever encounter.
They're just like
I wouldn't
us.
say fucked up.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
I was. Yeah, exactly. Noble. Good point. They're more like people when they like play around and have fun and stuff. They're a lot
Yeah, but
smarter than we think they are.
well, they're also way more fucked up too. I'll tell you
They're
that
like
much.
cats in that sense. They'll take an animal,
Like
they won't
cats.
eat it, but they will
Yeah.
kill it, and then they'll play with
Oh,
its
they'll play with
corpse.
it. Yeah, they'll have fun with it. They'll torture it beforehand. Yeah.
They can do so much worse. You know the puffer fish. You know the one that's poisonous that has no cure. Well, guess what?
Yeah,
Dolphins get
fugu.
the dolphins. They get high off of that.
Yeah, so do humans. They know
Are
what
you
they're doing.
what
That's like
what?
the drug of the sea.
Are you fucking
It's probably
serious?
more. Yeah, man. Did you know that if you take it's called tetrodotoxin from the
No
fugu fish,
thanks.
you can get yeah, if you get a little bit of poison, you won't die from it, but it'll give you like a buzz, kind of like a nicotine rush, and a little numbness. But if you take too much, it stops your heart and your nervous system, and then you die.
Bruh.
And there's no antidote to tetrodotoxin. But I'm sure I heard it tastes kind of bland. But would you be willing to try it?
No thanks. I'm
No.
good.
Yeah, me neither. But dolphins do, so I don't know. They know what's up.
Yeah, but like I said, dolphins are way more fucked up, than people give them credit.
I wonder if
Right.
dolphins have fetishes.
Right.
They
You
We're
bet
not
they
going
do.
to
if
get
they
into
have
that
sex
thing
for
because
fun.
that's just a
Oh
license to
yeah.
give somebody
See, now
ideas
I'm
to study
thinking about
dolphins
I'm
and
thinking
all
about the
that.
documentary. Well, Jones, I'm
Yeah,
thinking about the
and
documentary. It's all
yeah, and
science,
have that and have it paraded in some in some
Okay,
Did you
out of
talk about that?
curiosity, in the news article, does it mention anything about them studying dolphins?
No.
Yes, good question. Okay, well, what
No,
animals
but
did
they
they
do
look
only
into?
study certain things of sea life, like sex-changing fish, like cuttlefish, and for example.
Right, that's interesting. Okay, that's
And
very interesting. And that's what I mentioned earlier about clownfish, how they can change their sex too, but that's only when they produce different gametes. See, humans can't do that. That doesn't mean that like fish are transgender. Like that doesn't even apply to whatever ideology they're trying to do for humans. But it's really cool when it comes to like nature of like how life proceeds, like how it can survive in crazy environments and
right,
change like just DNA wise and evolve.
and
It's
partly
really cool.
because animals are adapted to their own thing, their ecosystem, and they don't. And most importantly, they don't have they don't share the same line of thinking that humans do, and that's and for them to
Yeah,
try
of
and do
course.
that and impose it on a human lens, nah, doesn't work.
Yeah,
Now,
and I mean, and that is fish, not people, too.
right.
There's a huge
So
fucking
Fish,
difference.
yeah,
here's the funny thing that
with
I
every
do
animal.
wish to share with you just before I just okay,
Mhm.
let's go on. So
Oh,
after all
boy.
this, then he said, "It's what flipped the switch that finally to being like, oh, like there isn't anything wrong with me." He said, and
Are you fucking serious?
right,
Of a
right. So I
fish.
want to continue, like the whole in light of the whole the doco, like okay, like she looks at this and she's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with me if animals do this. Yeah, bruh. Anyway, I'm gonna
Asmodeus would
finish
like
here.
to
Oh,
have the
that's her
word.
quote. No, no, no.
That's her line
Jolt,
of
you're right.
thinking.
That's her quote. She says, "I believe." No, she said, "I belong on Earth, and no
I
one
want
can
to kick
kick
me out
me out
because of this.
because of this."
Okay, okay.
So she's relating the craziness of like all the not craziness, but like the diversity of life on Earth to herself because it's all completely different than what normal humans experience. And she's like,
Hmm.
"Wow, I'm different too, and I can relate to this." If she's that mentally damaged, I kind of understand why she would relate to this, and that makes her feel more at peace, right? Like that's kind of a form of like internal therapy where she's like, "Whoa, clownfish can turn transgender. Okay, nature's cool. I'm a part of nature. Hooray!"
I belong
So
on
I think
Earth.
that's a healthier. Yeah, I belong on Earth. I'm a human too. I'm an Earthling. Like, okay, I think that's more of like a healthy way to kind of like do that for like self therapy, I guess. That okay.
Sorry,
All
I
right.
just have
Okay,
to say
cool.
this.
We're all
I,
on Earth
Yeah. Okay.
beings.
I
All right,
Look,
yay.
go,
look.
go.
I,
Edward.
I I just have to say this, but I wonder when bronies are going to get added to the LGBTQ mafia.
Oh, don't get me started.
Me. Now,
They already
on
added so many letters.
yeah, and then next
Sorry.
thing you know, you're gonna add a color for the MLP to be put onto the flag.
God.
It's got to be
Now,
a rainbow or something.
well, whatever the case,
But
I just want to say regarding that whole statement, her claim, "I belong on Earth." Yes, you belong
Mhm.
perfectly fine on Earth for
Are you
that
sure
sort of
about
line
that?
of thinking. Exactly.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Yes, I am sure about that.
well,
Because this is the sort of stuff that that belongs to people who think that they fit right in here in this world, that their whole
well,
that they're whole mentally messed up, like sort of
Yeah,
thinking.
they
she,
need.
she, like I said, she's relating to it. She's definitely relating to how other animals on Earth can be, quote unquote, asexual or
Oh,
bi, or
God.
when you're whatever, all kinds of different stuff that animals do. And she's like, "Wow, that's totally different than what humans do, but I'm a special snowflake."
Right.
That's what
I'll
she
be
kind
on.
of sounds like.
I'll be honest
To kind
about
of
one
sum it
thing
up, I mean,
too.
I don't want to sound mean or anything, but I just think it's really nice that she's actually able to kind of relate to this because she's very clearly a broken person.
No,
But
clearly.
I think it is actually kind of nice that she feels like at ease by saying this. She can relate. Okay, I'm not like a
Now,
big fan of her or anything, but
yeah. Nah. The thing
I'm
is,
glad she's not depressed.
the thing is also the. If you really, and I mean, some people like to go through all this shit in their mind. The consider healthier outlets. Yeah, look, the furry fandom is not, is not what people make it out to be. It's. I mean, as we all can say, it's a fucked up fandom. That's for sure too. But at least making some personas is probably the healthier way to do it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I
Like,
mean, well, creating your own character is a way to be something that you either wish to be, or you can just
No,
express
that's a
different
persona.
characteristics of
Character
yourself.
is something you'd
Yeah,
interact with.
yeah, matter of
a
fact, I
persona. Yeah.
mean, yeah, like let's say like the clownfish, right? Is there a clownfish persona? Let me look it up on E621.
Oh wait, what? No,
Apparently,
that's not what I.
yeah.
That's not what I thought.
That's
What?
not what we meant at all.
What the
But
fuck?
well, you
Yeah.
do
Okay.
you.
Okay.
There he
Right.
goes.
I mean, if
What?
you want to look it up, go for it. Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. So results are in. There's actually. Oh, what the fuck? There's a lot of Finding Nemo ones references.
Oh, you did look it up. You
Oh
actually
yeah,
did. Okay.
but guess
I
what?
didn't
Oh,
think you were
you
gonna do
did, but
that.
let's not. Okay,
Yeah,
look.
but actually, there's
Yeah.
actually some
Have
decent. some
many
good-looking
results?
personas here. Actually, there's
Okay.
actually at least one good-looking persona I've seen. At least one.
Look,
I like the
I'm
design.
not planning to screen share any of that too because that's going to
Fuck
make
no.
it unrated.
Go look it up your own.
Yeah, how big is Merlin's dick?
What
Oh,
is
you're not gonna
wrong
screen
with
share.
you?
Okay, never
That's
mind.
good for after the
What
show.
is
Oh no,
wrong with you?
it's all good.
Ah,
He searched it up. I'm just asking if he's what he saw. Anyways, moving on.
nah.
Wrong with you? So, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about my life choices running this show just because of you guys. But I digress.
I'm just glad I can write my
We
own
have
stories
fun.
and I get to do my own shit instead of this.
Anywho, now we're going to move to the next item that we've got on the show, and this is what really do passes for the present day FurCon. So we're going to take a look at the event scheduling for the upcoming Furry Weekend Atlanta for 2026, and there's quite a lot of weird things if you have a look at it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right. So they're having the whole, long block con that now stretches from Thursday all the way to Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
that's fine. Like, okay, they've got cool stuff.
Oh wait,
and on their page too.
wait. I'm sorry, Jolt. How long is the con? You said Monday till how long?
No. For May 7th to 10th, first date of Sunday.
Okay. So about
Yeah.
4 days. Good.
Yeah, 4 days. 4 days. It's a long con. And of course, and it's a whole other thing too. And not only that, they're also opening really opening up about the adult side of life, even on the front page of their website, like
Oh,
on the
Jesus
events page.
Christ.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Moonlight
Jesus
Festival
Christ.
events, an 18
Moonlight-
plus night market and dance party celebrating the kinkier sides of life.
It ain't. It fucking is not. Based on
And
what you've
that's
seen me, it
Furry
ain't.
Weekend Atlanta.
Oh boy.
Okay. And what's the summary of this? So this is the
Summary?
Moonlight
Okay.
Festival.
The Moonlight Festival is an 18 plus night market and dance party celebrating the kinkier sides of life. This is a community driven event bringing together a diverse group of artists, DJs, entertainers, demos, and vendors from the furry and kink community to create a magical night of self expression, exploration, education, and positivity.
Okay. I don't see anything wrong with this like at all. So long as it's like 18 plus, and y'all can just do whatever at the party. Sure.
Right, and of course, there's a couple of rules as well. Like you can't go. They've at least put.
Oh
Some
wait,
rules
there's
that
a
you
lot of
can't go
rules.
fully
Hold on. Is this the whole list of rules? Wait, how many rules do they have? Like how freedom of expression are they per se?
18 to enter.
Like if someone wants
21
to show up and
drink.
like, oh,
Right, no,
okay,
no
that's
photos
good.
and videos.
Oh, no
18,
shit.
consent, no
That's a
harassment.
good rule to have. I mean,
No,
okay, kind of.
no harassment. This
Zero
is a
tolerance
public
harassment.
space.
Okay.
No sex, no sexual acts.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Attire rules. You must cover your buttocks and your genitals.
No
So
shit.
you can't go around walking around in jock straps. Otherwise, yeah.
Okay, so already this rave is super tame compared to like other conventions I've been to in the past. Like they never posted rules for the nightly rave. Like y'all
Oh,
could just
Jesus
show up
Christ.
and just do whatever.
Well,
No, seriously, dude. Like it was wild back in the day, but this sounds super tame compared to
yeah,
what they
but
have
the
going
thing,
on now.
okay, so the
Or
problem,
then.
Avira, is that in the last, I'd say 10 years, maybe, we've had
Mm-hmm.
issues of people doing as they please, like the diaper fur
Right,
community.
and going all carried away. With all sorts of weird fetishy stuff with nothing, no guardrails to hold it up with, and that's
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen someone on a leash with a nothing but a pup hood, paws, a diaper, and like feet paws, walking around on a leash. at the rave at one convention I was at. I think this was in 2019. Like that was a thing.
Right.
I think Anthrocon was the first to ban the leashes because that just kind of that was like one of the first things that they could kind of hone in on and stop. Aside from the other stuff, which is like there was too
Okay.
much like gray areas that they really couldn't. But yeah. But I
So
think this
there's
is a very tame rule that they have here. So what else?
Yeah, there's a couple other things too, but there's a couple of other weird, not safe for work,
Mhm.
18 plus, and of course now our show is now become 18 plus just because of the mere mention of such content. But alas, anywho, here's one of the panels on their list: How to be an ethical slut 101.
What the fuck?
See, this I think the idea behind this panel is a good idea, but they could have titled it differently because this title was completely like clickbait or attendance bait, rather, because it's like a raunchy, weird title. Oh, how to be an ethical slut. I mean, that sounds kind of edgy and kind of edgelordy. But the
Yeah.
idea behind it is
It's an
basically about just how to
oxymoron.
be safe. Yeah,
That's the thing.
but the whole concept behind what they're talking about is like how to be safe at a convention if you are to hook up with someone, like just be careful. Right? Now we're
Yeah,
all
pretty
adults
much.
here.
Hold on,
I
I'm
think
trying
this
to
makes sense.
Sorry, I'm trying to understand the ethical slut here. Is it not turning
Yeah.
around and hitting on people who want to be in a monogamous,
relationship, or like
Yeah.
like you
I'm
just
guessing
wanna, or
no.
teaching
I-
you
mm.
how do you stay safe if you sleep around with multiple
Multiple people. I mean, I guess in a way
Exactly.
that would make some sense. I guess could make it. Well, no, just that's a given. That's a fucking given.
I mean, you don't
Well,
turn
that's what I'm
around and
thinking.
get AIDS, sleep around with a bunch of people, and then gift them coffins when you say goodbye.
Oh boy, yeah. So that's the thing. Some people that do go to conventions, they do end up, having experiences with multiple people. So going to a convention like a panel that talks about how to actually be safe if you want to go down that route for your convention experience. Okay, at least they're learning something to like not spread disease or get pregnant or stuff like
Well,
that.
a condom, a
I
condom
get
can
it.
be way cheaper. Yeah, a condom can definitely be a very, worthwhile too. A good investment for that kind of stuff. But the problem, well, it's not infallible. Let's be honest. In just a single one, you'd be stupid if you just think a single condom would be good enough just for all of it. It fucking
I mean,
isn't.
it can be.
No, no,
Depending on
no.
like what you're doing.
Avira.
But I
If you're
think a panel like this is actually helpful. Like I haven't really seen anything like this at conventions before. There have been a few, but I haven't been to every single convention. I'm sure there's been other stuff like this when it comes to like
true.
safe sex and stuff. But just having a safe sex panel at a very large convention, mind you, FWA is very, very large. Thousands of people show up to this. And if there was like a 101 panel of like, oh, I kind of want to let loose this convention, but I want to be safe about it, it seems like, aside from the raunchy title, that the concept behind it might be something that they could learn something from, depending on who's running it and like how good it is, right? Like, I think it's a good idea, to be honest.
Well, yeah, because then again, I mean, like, sure, the adult fun, that side of adult life is fun and all, but it has to be fucking respected, which a lot of people fucking don't. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, furries have a lot of sex, like we do at conventions. That's just
Well,
what
they've made
people do.
sex basically front and center in their way of being. That's more like
In some
inherently.
ways, yeah. But if that is going to
Now,
be the case, at least it's nice to have a panel that tells you how to be it safely.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, let's move away from the whole 18 plus stuff because there's a lot of weird stuff that doesn't even need to go to the 18 plus domain. And here's one that I've got here. Here's something that, Noble would absolutely go bonkers for. And if we had, I really did wish I thought about bringing Drake on the show. He would have loved this.
I guess you would, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's a panel from FWA. Autistic, more like draconic.
Huh? What?
All right, here's a tagline. Have you ever thought to yourself, being autistic feels a whole lot like being a dragon? Or how about this collection of insert special interest here is starting to feel a bit like a horde? If you've ever wondered, why is it I can see patterns of other people seem to miss? Do I have true sight? This might be the place for you. Join an autistic therapist and dragon in a shared discussion about viewing the symptoms of autism through a lens of draconic empowerment.
Jolt knows I'm a pack rat, so
And
Yeah,
draconic empowerment. That's a thing. Okay.
all right.
The one thing, Noble, I think you can relate to is you kind of just said it like you're not a hoarder per se, but when they said dragons collect, I was just thinking, how does autism explain dragonhood? I guess it would be in like the collection of things.
Probably.
no.
But
No.
No, hoarding isn't a particular part of autism, or at least symptom. It's
No, it'd be like collecting though, like Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh or stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, good point.
like having to get every single one of a thing like that. That's something I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Another thing is whenever you see some buzzwords like empowerment, maybe it'll be in the best interest, to avoid it if there's just too many buzzwords at play.
Oh, sorry, I'm not on the autism spectrum, so I don't really know how that would work.
Well, be glad you don't.
Regardless
So,
of this,
how
it just
exactly
feels. It
Does
just
this relate to
feels
dragons?
so funny. Like, what's the bill here? Like, is this a therapy session to bring out your inner dragon, or is this what is this? Or is this like a
That's a good point.
except like is this how to train your dragon, but it's not how to train your dragon?
Yeah, like what would happen like at this panel? You think like 35 people show up and it's just like a speaker and they're talking about like, oh, are you autistic? How does that relate to being a dragon? And maybe I guess it can go over like a Venn diagram of like things that dragons like and do related to those who are on the spectrum. I'm not really sure exactly. Like the description is kind of vague, but it does talk about having collections and hordes. So that's why I was saying earlier, I can imagine like maybe they can talk about like video game collections or cards or baseball or something like that, or statues. I don't know.
Well, the other thing
There's
is
a lot of stuff
looking
out
at
there.
something and seeing something different compared to what majority of other people would see. That's another thing to sort of put down it as.
True. It's just the title is like that's
the title is just a bit really weird thing. You're gonna join a therapist and a dragon in one thing, and it's just.
Personally, I wouldn't recommend it unless, of course, someone is either old enough to understand or has at least had enough experience to like separate things.
Right.
Because shit like this for someone too young would basically, you wouldn't want to deal with the aftermath of it, I'm afraid.
Right. So now here's a odd question that I want to ask you specifically, Noble. You fancy yourself a bit of a dragonologist, dragon appreciator.
A little bit.
What would you think would be, the best way for someone to say bring out, their inner dragon, draconic empowerment, whatever the kids call it these days?
I would definitely hope the individual is capable of distinguishing the differences between fantasy and reality. That's what I'd have to say.
That's a very valid point.
Because an excellent example of how this can go bad is telling somebody that carrots are healthy and all they turn around and do is start eating carrots. If you have people
like a rabbit.
If you've got someone who's autistic and you try to, either encourage or just try to normalize pretending to be a dragon, it can go south. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or you could just be a furry with a dragon character and just, role play.
That's fine.
And role play is always fun, but you don't have to get too deep into the fantasy.
if someone isn't, if they can't distinguish reality from fantasy, this would definitely go south quickly. I can say that.
Oh yeah. Well, any fandom would, yeah, for sure. They can create their own characters, like believe they're part
No,
of.
specifically
Yeah.
people with
No,
autism.
I mean, of course
Yes.
not. This
Yeah.
I mean, of course not, because wouldn't it just be so funny if the panel turned out to be nothing more than them playing Dungeons and Dragons, and then whoever it is, the dungeon master has is a dragon.
Would it be surprising? Yeah.
I don't know much about D&D, but from what I understand, dragons in D&D is a huge problem.
Damn it. But yeah.
Yeah, no, the difficult thing with people with autism is that you can quite easily confuse them. And then once confusion sets in, it can be a headache to pull out of it. It's not something you want to take, that you want to take easy.
Wouldn't it be like something on the lines of being delusional?
Yeah, on steroids.
On steroids,
maybe.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sorry. I always hit the wrong button on this stupid thing.
Yeah, like I said, if someone is old enough or they've got at least enough experience, then yes. But if this is somebody young or they just don't show the ability to mature or understand things on a proper level, this can have a serious negative side effect.
Which should be a given,
Oh yeah, it'll make people's lives hell around them.
Not just
That's
not
the
just
best way
their
of
life.
putting it.
You're right, Noah. Like, especially like in today's modern age where everyone is so like wishing for that validation from literally everyone else around them, like how they perceive themselves is basically based on what everyone else views them.
Well, I can give you an
So
excellent
not even
example.
having that.
I can give you an excellent example for myself where people will say something and it's not true. For instance, where I am at, where I'm living, majority of the population have it in their head that you can just walk into a supermarket and ask for a job and you'll get one.
Really now?
Yes.
And that's not the case.
One day, I got sick of this. And this woman that was telling me, oh, just go to Woolies and get a job. And I'm like, all right, let's go right now. And she just stared at me like, oh. So I walked in and I had my resume. And I said, hi, I'd like to, be a shelf packer. And they're, oh, have you applied online? It's like, no, I just thought we'd come in. Oh, well, you have to apply online. Can I leave a resume? Oh, no, sorry, we don't accept them. And then we left.
Yep, there it is.
And she didn't say anything.
The modern
she was in shock and her jaw was hanging low. She just shocked. And it's like, what did you expect? I would get a job. I mean, shit. Now it's changed. Woolworths themselves, they've got this whole AI online thing that you have to apply through. But the stores themselves are left to do the hiring. So if you see a job advertised, there's no point applying online. Just take the resume in and, maybe a cover letter explaining why you're handing the resume in and let the store actually choose to hire you. Whereas Coles now, they've got this thing, at least where I am, where they just have a poster on the wall saying, bring us your resume, please.
Okay, so they actually appreciate like real humans walking into the building instead of just going through some AI program and just going through the motions like that.
Well, no, it's
That's
corporate.
A lot more respectable.
Vera,
if they were to,
corporate, from what I understand, from what I've seen and what I've read, corporate Woolworths turn around and generally they do the major hiring thing, but it's the stores themselves that make the decision about who hires. So you can, sideline the corporate side of things and just go straight to the source, to the place that they're trying to hire you. But that doesn't mean that you're going to get a job.
I gotcha, but she was under the impression you could just walk in and just like do that automatically. Of course, it's up to the store managers to like discern like if they have a place for you, if you are qualified, stuff like that, right? It's not that easy.
Vera, the other thing is that maybe in the 80s, maybe the 90s, and earlier before, completely different. But
Not to mention,
today, it's not just hire somebody, because on government side, there's a lot of shit that you have to go through. So
Not to
it's not as
mention-
easy as to, if someone doesn't work out, you can't just fire them half the time.
yeah, not to mention the
Oh,
fact also.
yeah.
Hey guys, you're also forgetting the most important part too, is the fact that because it's all online, people are and they will fuck with it. You know what I mean?
Okay. But the important part here is that
Oh, boy.
if you give somebody who's autistic information that is either false or misleading, it doesn't have to be a lie. It just has to be incorrect. Even under the right sort of circumstances, that can cause a lot of problems down the track. And even
Because
straight
they
away.
they would take it literally either, or they would try to fulfill whatever goal it was trying to lead them towards. Yeah, I understand that. That could definitely be a
Sovereign
problem,
citizens
if
are
they don't
probably
read between the
another
lines.
excellent example. I would be curious to know, or to learn, how many sovereign citizens that get filmed on camera do end up having some level of autism.
Okay.
Because I've watched the way they react, and that's the question I have, is whether or not either gullible or autistic. Because
depending on how many laws they cite, they're probably on the spectrum to some degree. Most likely in the Asperger's region. Yeah.
No doubt about it. But also, guys, there's also something that Trump said a while ago too that kind of resonates to this day. You know what that is? President Trump once said that autism has become an epidemic.
He's correct
Gil,
about that, actually. Yeah.
no,
It's
Gil,
scary
it's not
how
becoming.
much it's happened.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
already an
becoming-
epidemic.
Being diagnosed. Look at 30 years ago compared to now, like just a generation ago, how high autism diagnoses have peaked. It's horrifying just how much it's happened. I don't know what caused
stop
this.
for a minute. Stop.
The numbers are terrifying.
Yeah, no, stop for a minute, because you fail to understand a key point.
What?
Yes, the numbers have been going up, but they've only gone up because at one point it was decided we're going to turn around and we're going to expand what an autistic diagnosis is.
That's what
That's why it's
They
expanded.
expanded
It's
the
always
definition.
been
They read
there.
the spectrum.
Yeah, it's always been there.
But not like this. No, not this.
Avira, it's always been there. It's just the definition has changed. If you change the definition of something, it changes everything. That's the only reason why autism has exploded the way it is, because literally anybody who's an academic could be classified as autistic.
But you know what I'm talking about. It's not that kind of autistic. It's not that kind of like non-verbal, unable to like function properly. Like that's not what I'm talking about.
When I was diagnosed,
like the actual savantism kind of autism. I'm probably on the spectrum too, to be honest.
We probably all are.
We probably all are. Like, to be fair, yeah, but we all might be. But I'm not like I'm pretty social. Like I can talk to people. We all can. I think it's not like that. But I've met some severely autistic people that really do have some problems, like with society. And I think it's gotten worse over the last 3 decades. I really do.
Vera, as I've said, the diagnosis and what's classified as autistic has changed significantly. That's the reason why there's an explosion of it. That's it.
Yeah. Now, so did the definition of gender, apparently. They don't know what a woman is. So who knows what the hell to believe anymore, right?
The difference between the whole gender thing and autism is that autism has had the professionals turn around and go, oh, hang on a minute. Whereas gender is just basically a bunch of retards turning around and wanting to make a statement about themselves.
Like
anyone who identifies as a woman is a woman. Yeah, well, I identify as a stapler. Okay, now I'm stapler gender. Get out of here.
All right. So what other panels were there?
Oh, I'm sure there's quite a couple other panels too. A lot of it is I looked it through, and there's a whole lot of things about using Bluey as a bit of a coping mechanism for parenting and whatever have you, because we all know that Bluey's become a very, very popular thing more in the US and in our own backyard. For
Thank you,
one.
Disney.
Definitely got a good following. Yeah,
Thanks to Disney.
does.
Yes, thanks to Disney. A whole other thing about, Women Are Werewolves, a story game about,
Oh, great. Another Dungeons and Dragons
Wait,
game.
what?
a
Wait, hold
story
on a
game about
second. Wait,
non-binary
women.
discussion.
Oh, what now?
Women.
Women Are Werewolves. Okay, this is a weird game. Okay, let's have a quick look.
That sounds exactly like what I was looking at earlier.
Tabletop game
Werewolves.
called Women Are Werewolves.
What the fuck is this shit?
You do realize this could actually go down the wrong way, right?
Yep. Oh, you already know. You already fucking know.
Yes, it is going in the wrong way. It's because it is explicitly said as a a non-binary game, but that's
Explicit. Oh my fucking god.
not explicit as in it's adult, but rather it's made it very clear on the label that it is a non-binary game.
Uh-huh.
I see. So sorry for that confusion. The other panel I did wish to bring about here is an interesting panel about about the whole case of trauma and, well, more specifically, hang on a second, let me just get it for you.
This
This
is
one's
going to be
here.
one of those debilitating things because I don't think I can take one after the autism one.
No, this is not.
Oh
This is
no.
not. No. This is not. It's another one that I wish to highlight. On the margins of the city of the hill, facing religious trauma. And what does it mean to deconstruct or to leave a religion where you've been so heavily invested? How can we go on this journey when there are so few things available to support us along the way? Hear from a queer, agnostic, ex-Catholic about their experience, how our cultural systems are structured to keep us from questioning, and what the path to overcoming religious indoctrination and trauma can look like.
Uh-huh.
So, in other words, there's a couple of perspectives about this. Like, one is, okay, you either traded one form of religious indoctrination for another, or you just didn't see the real path for what it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, transgenderism could be classified as
LGBT. Yes.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's all part of the thing.
The whole LGBT thing is just, and
Cult.
that's just becoming.
And this has invaded our fandom, unfortunately, because right now, guys, I'm looking at a con book from 2010. This is 16 years ago, and there was a werewolf panel on here, and it was basically just about sharing artwork and stuff. Now, granted, this was a long time ago, but it didn't have anything to do with like ideology of changing genders. Maybe when it comes to like characters, sure, but at the end of the day, it's all roleplay, right? So I think there's a big difference between like, that's exactly what I was going to say, Noble. There's a difference because like it used to be all about roleplay and fun back then. Now it's like
you must respect my pronouns or die. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I just want to, right? Like we had gender fluid characters back then, but that's all it really was. I mean, and some people.
Oh my god!
But they didn't like make it a part of the whole thing. So
indeed,
I feel like panels have changed. Like, because back then, like it was about the artwork style being in the furry fandom, but now it's more like political activism. That's kind of where the disconnect is, you know.
That is actually pretty true too. The thing is, the thing is, we just want to have ourselves, like a place to have fun, chat about. But no, instead. We got some people being so uptight about their identities and whatnot too that they just have to rub it in our face when we're just trying to have our own space and having our fun and whatnot too. In comes some dipshit, that starts yapping about free Palestine, this and that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, man. I was at New Year's furry ball,
oh my
and
God.
I saw like a Bernie Sanders protest. It was hilarious.
Gil,
Bernie Sanders.
Anytime you
there's too much confusion, Noble.
If you turn around and come across someone who's screaming about free Palestine, and they're in the Alphabet Mafia, just suggest that they should go and protest in Palestine.
Hey, they should.
Good
you know?
idea. Yeah, they'll be welcome there.
If
Good
they
idea.
if they care about so much about the Middle East, then get the fuck over to the
Girl.
Middle East.
The other
Yeah,
thing you
cruise
should
for
suggest that they
Palestine.
do is the other thing you should suggest is that they take a bunch of rocks with them too to hand out.
Yeah, that would fucking work.
They're free.
I mean, after all, like you need a lot of building materials. Am I right?
I mean, the other thing is you could tell them to spray paint a target on their back, but that's just me.
Oh
Well,
boy.
and
Yeah,
then
I
the
did.
kind of people,
The whole
and the kind of
hypocrisy.
people you are likely to protest, virtue signal for Palestine. That if they take Noble's advice, they are they take stones. They're gonna I see where he's coming from, because they're dealing with the type of people who will throw said stones at them just for the very way of being.
Yeah, about all their welcoming mindset. Am I right? Sort of fucking
Yeah.
god.
Anywho, I suppose this is where we will be leaving off the show for this week. It's a wild week, and so I'd like to tell you, what's the who'd like to quickly come up with a closing statement?
Well, for me, I'll start with one first. And I have a question for you guys here. I said, of course, in the beginning of the podcast that I felt like people would feel like drinking, right? Well, how do you guys feel like drinking now? Quite a lot? Because I fucking do.
I'm thinking of going to an alcohol store when I go do my shopping today.
There you go. What about you, Vera?
Oh yes, I've already had a couple of shots during the course of this episode. It's been quite the ride.
And what about you, Jolt?
Remember?
I'll save it later for today. That's all I can say right now.
Yeah, for Jolt, he's in Australia, I think, right? Yes.
Yes, we both are.
It's too
So
early for
it's
this.
very early. It's very early for our southern brothers. For them,
God
it's in the
damn it.
morning. So, but then again, it is 5 o'clock somewhere. You've heard
Yeah,
that. For me, it's 8.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're not wrong about that.
There.
How about Avira?
Well, I really do like going to panels when it comes to conventions. I always try to make at least a few. And as weird as this sounds, I like going to like those 101 kind of like introduction panels just to kind of see what people are saying to the fandom. People that have like either never done this before, or they just want to go to the panel and like make friends and stuff. So seeing what is going on now, I think they could have worded that better when it comes to being a slut. But
yeah.
if we're all adults here, we're all 18 plus. Sometimes adult activities do occur at conventions, and you just got to be careful, right? Like
True. Yeah.
I think that's one of the some of them I don't really think were appropriate, but others, I think having some basic safety is actually a pretty good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, I think I'm not sure, like when I die, what coffin I want to be buried in. It's not something I really gave a lot of thought into. Hopefully not something too expensive that'll like burden my family or whatever. But
Oh my god.
I don't know. Maybe something cool, like maybe
Super Mario 1.
I don't know if I'd want to even do that, man. Like that's a whole bonkers nonsense legal issues that's probably going to be springing up pretty soon because like I mentioned about Disney doing something like that.
Disney,
but anyways,
Nintendo. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, there are pretty fun stories this week, guys. That was nice.
Oh, literally, yeah. Even more fun if you're with us, Igor.
Hell yeah. Well, there's only 2 genders. God bless.
That's a fact, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's even amazing how we have to even say it nowadays.
Spooky, right?
Oh my god!
Gonna kill us all.
All right. So for the Mario coffin thing, to be quite honest with you, I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't decided to start selling them themselves, especially in EB games.
Jesus Christ!
The whole buy animal thing is oh, I can't wait to see people tear into that documentary myself, to be honest with you. As for the whole Furcon thing, I'm going to have to nitpick on the autistic dragonic thing. The best way I could probably put it is college isn't the only place to experiment, but it shouldn't be taking over your entire life unless you're able to make a killing on it. Otherwise, have fun.
Facts, yep. And last but not least, I would like to also say that to be a slut and whatnot too. Well,
Oh, God.
yeah, yeah. It depends. I mean, if you're gonna be in the sheets with others, then marriage is not for you. Period. If she ain't for the sheets, he's for the streets.
There's called an open relationship for a reason in the West. Yeah.
No, that does not count. Those are not real
No,
relationships.
that's more of a justification to sleep around, like no matter how you spin it.
Yeah, that is not a relationship at all.
No, that is not a dingo.
People call open relationship is a cope. It's a cope that they fucked up.
All right. So, in that sense, I will now close this episode. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did making it. What a ride. As always, you can find our episodes on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, FM, iHeartRadio, BitChute, and more. And that's all we have for the week. Farewell. Until next time.
And until then.
Now let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
Hell yeah.
Right on.
I need it.